So important that you hide behind a fucking private live and you're talking about people. You throw that fucking word around and I'll tell you what, truth, and everybody else out there that's doing it, if your son did something like that and people started calling you that because of something your son did, you would lose your fucking shit. And you know what else you would do, though? You would still love your son. Because he's your son. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. It's got to stop weaponizing that word because you don't like somebody and you know it's a fucking trigger word. It's disgusting. And after my mod brought that up to my attention in December, after the live I had, that was it. I didn't talk about it anymore. I didn't go into details about anything. Yet you have these fucking people every night that are replaying and playing lives of people talking about charges like this when there's people that are in your lives listening to it and thinking about things they shouldn't be, going to places that are dark places that they don't want to be. And you keep pushing it and you keep fucking pushing it and you keep playing it and you keep posting things. I'm going to tell you what. And this is probably going to be unpopular. I've heard all the information going around about Tech's husband. And you know what? I don't think any less of Tech. I don't think any less of Tech. Tech married who she wanted to marry. Good for her. She's happy. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but even Snark said that she knows how much that Tech's husband loves their son. Exactly, princess. Tech didn't do anything, right? Tech didn't do anything. She loved this guy and she married him. And yeah, there were some issues. Sounds like another circumstance, doesn't it? Right? She has SM, absolutely. I like Tech. I would never call her out for it because she didn't do anything. Sounds like same situation with T, right? She didn't do anything. Her husband did. Don't use that fucking term so loosely. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because you are making that term less than. Use it on the people that deserve it. For instance, Thomas Shields. You know, Monster, Mikey, you know, you are very big proponents of P3DOs not being on this app. Thomas Shields, look him up. Look him up. Thomas Shields has a very long criminal record. And guess what he was in prison for? And guess who figured this out? I did. Okay? Go over there. Go over there. Get him off the app. I got him off here once, along with Scam and a bunch of other people, Dora and Farrell. We got his ass off the app. He spent time in North Carolina for doing bad things to underage girls. It is a fact. And as of last year, and I have not checked it, he was non-compliant on the registry. So make yourself useful if you want to do something like that, because this guy's back on the app again. And he's lying. He's lying to people about his situation. He has no dog rescue. He has no sanctuary. He has no house that he bought. He has no brand new 26 Jeep. He showed a picture of a 20-something Jeep Renegade or something. Use your energies towards him. Get him off the app. You want to protect kids? You want to do awareness on that shit? There he is. You want to say you're for the kids? Look him up, Thomas Shields. We tracked that MFer all over the country. We called him out on every single lie he made. He threatened to unalive people. He threatened to unalive police officers. He threatened to unalive me. He threatened to pew up an entire town. He has lied about having a rescue. He stole a dog from somebody else, somebody who had a dog, stole it and tried to say he found the dog, and it was a homeless dog. He's got a rap sheet a mile long. He's been arrested for shooting at, pewing at officers. He just lied recently saying his 23-year-old son passed away of an OD. 23 years ago, he was in prison. He doesn't have a son. Do stuff like that rather than spreading your bullshit all over the place. Do something good. And Thomas, I know you're live right now. I'm going to tell you this. If you keep saying this bullshit, there will be a full court press on you. And I will bring back all the main players that originally got all the information on you. And I will put it out there again. And I will show people exactly who you are, how you are a habitual liar, how all you do is beg for food for your fucking dogs. And then you turn around and sell it. You lied about getting multiple campers from people for free when you were still driving that hoopty piece of shit. You lied about the sanctuary that doesn't exist. You lied about the house you bought because somebody gave you $750,000. You're lying about where you are. You said you're in Jacksonville. You're in freaking Seattle. Is it possible for you to tell the truth? No, you can't, because if you told the truth, you wouldn't get your grift going. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. So do something good. Go after him. Next. Spread love. It is sad that you were voted off one of the skankiest islands on these streets. You were kicked to the fucking curb by Florida man. By Florida man. Yes, this is my emotional support pen tonight, guys. You were kicked off of that island. You were shunned because you're nasty. Thank you very much, Robin. You're nasty. Like, you crossed the fucking line. You know, there's a lot. There's a lot of shitty stuff people do on this app. But I reposted a little bit of yours where you hoped that me and a bunch of other people would die. You were saying that if there was an accident, save the children and take one or all of these other people. It comes down to this. You are pathetic. You are absolutely pathetic. You're pining over a guy who's going to be in prison for a while. You have no friends on this app. You have no friends in real life. You like to continue your bullshit because you hope and pray that people will start paying attention to you again. It's not going to happen. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're absolutely nothing. I know about your life. I can understand why you're so angry at people, because I do believe you are pissed off for a lot of things that happened in your life, and you're taking it out on people that have those things in their life. It's sad. You have to find a hobby, like crocheting or I don't know, an herb garden or mahjong or I don't know, but you gotta do something with your life, because you are a miserable, miserable human being. Miserable. And the fact that you keep putting out the same bullshit over and over and over, just with different little pictures and hearts and cupcakes and fucking all your sparkly bullshit. You could take all that, okay? Take all that stuff. Crinkle it up really nicely. My God, thank you, Robin. Crinkle up all those little posts really nicely. and stick it all the way up your fucking colon. Because nobody cares anymore. I find it entertaining because you are a washed up, grizzled, middle-aged, unhappy woman. And this is what you get off on, which is really sad. But keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because you know what? I've learned some stuff. I've learned a hell of a lot on this app. You're pathetic. You're a pathetic human being. You have nothing going in your life. This is your life. And you feel like you get something accomplished by putting out bullshit on your page. Never showing proof of anything when you have allegations, just like somebody else in it. Oh, that's right, Florida Man and Colton and Snark and other people. This kind of stuff used to get me mad before, but it doesn't anymore because I look at it based on, look who's doing it. Pathetic. So spread, stay mad, stay pathetic. Monster, stay mad, stay pathetic, please. Colton, you're a basket case. Just get the hell out of here. Ugh, next. There's been a lot of shit going on since I've been gone. Exactly, Elf. Who's that tough guy, Mr. Homie? Mr. Homie didn't like the fact that I said to him in Spanish, "You are not a man." I've said it before and I'll say it again. Multiple times on my page, I've said, if anybody is having problems with anybody on this app, reach out to me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what they're hassling you with. And we'll take care of it. We'll bring a little bit of awareness. Because when I was doing awareness, you know, something that I heard another person say, who I'm not terribly fond of, an awareness person, said that you go into awareness because you want to protect people and their money. You don't want them falling victims to a scam. You want to protect them. And hand in hand, when you are in awareness and you're trying to protect people's money, you want to protect people. It kind of goes together. Mr. Homie had one of the biggest platforms for awareness. He knew about what was going on with Florida Man. He was aware of it. He was aware there were multiple women that were being subjected to the lies he was putting out and the doxing that he was doing. Now, I can't say whether or not it was brought to his attention, like somebody actually sent him a message saying, will you please do an awareness on Florida Man? I don't know. But I can say, I know for a fact that both he and his wife are friends with people that were friends with Florida Man. I can tell you for a fact, I've seen Mr. Homie in a lot of lives with all the people that support Florida Man. He did nothing. When I was being attacked by Florida Man, I was in Mr. Homie's lives all the time. I supported Mr. Homie. Now, I didn't reach out to him because I wasn't interested in getting anybody involved with it. I figured I could handle it myself, and I think I did a pretty good job. And, you know, we all say we do what we want on our platforms, right? My question is, why wasn't it important for him to take a look at that? And I'm sure Mrs. Homie knew what was going on. I mean, I can't imagine that she didn't, considering she is friendly with some of the people over there. Can't say you didn't know what was going on. Why? That's what I want to know. I mean, he did fucking awareness on Gabby. Who hasn't done awareness on Gabby? Yeah, Elf, right? So, you know, I would like to hear the reasoning. I would like to hear the reasoning as to why he never thought it was important to protect people on this app as an awareness person. But let's talk about what he did find important to do. He did find it important to fucking show screenshots of private messages between people. That was important. That took 2 lives to do that. When we find out that he himself was getting messages, whether it be email or whatever, with private information on people. So again, it's okay for him and somebody to be tracking Kiki down, okay? Taking pictures of her car with her license plate in what looked like a hotel or something. It's okay for him to do that and to get pictures while he says the state that she's in, which is not the state he's in, which means he received this information from somebody in private. And it was even okay for him to say to this person, on his live that no matter where you go, we will know where you are. That's okay for him to do that. That's okay for him to stalk somebody's location every time they go somewhere. And it's okay for him to get pictures, license plates, locations where somebody is behind the scenes. But again, he's only calling myself and Scam out for messages that were private DMs. Yep. I guess she does have small kids. I don't know. What the fuck is it with these people? Fucking hypocrites. But guess what? We're never going to get an answer because you know what? Mr. Homie put a message on there pretty much saying, I'm not discussing it anymore. I'm not commenting on anything anymore that has to do with who I did or didn't cover, this and that. Oh, so I guess we just don't ask about it anymore because Homie said not to ask him because he's not. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. You've already fucking brought up those messages twice now in lives. You've called out Scam and I without even letting us talk to you first for bullshit reasons, and we all know why that happened. You're whipped. That's what it is. You are controlled by not your actions, by what women are asking you to do for them. Like I said in that video, homie, you are who you spend your time with. You are who you hang out with. I see the people you hang out with. I see whose lives you're in. I see who you comment on. I see comments being made to you and how you're interacting with people. You are who you hang out with. Oh, I've been blocked by homie since I think January or February. I heard there are 2 different platforms that are doing lives about homie. And you know, I have a lot of information on him. You know how he has files? I have a file on him. That's right, Mr. Homie, you got a file. Let me see if I can conjure up his laugh. I got a file on you, homie. But you know what? I'm not going to put the information out there. I'm not going to post anything. But what I can tell you is this. You're not who you say you are. You're not who you say you are. Your persona on TikTok is not who you are in real life. I've seen the reviews about your companies. You know, it's like part of me, I would just like to put it all out there, but for some reason, I still have a modicum of respect for him, which is making me want to throw up. I know, Karen. No, I know. Well, all I'm going to say is that he's not the person, you know. I remember him saying one time, and he's been very honest, so he said, about his criminal past. We all know why he was in prison. He's made it very clear about that. But I believe I remember him saying that once he got out of prison that time, that he turned his life around. And he stayed on the straight and narrow. And you sure about that, Mr. Homie? You sure about that? I mean, I want to say there were at least 5 or 6 things I found since about 2017, and it's all public records. Right? Exactly. Where did that happen too? I thought Jen was being sued because of the disgusting allegations she put out about Mr. Homie and everybody else involved in that. What happened with that? I don't know. Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the fake trademarks. What did he say he trademarked? Gabby's? It's like Florida Man. Hey, Karen. Remember, Florida Man copyrighted every single person that he didn't like their accounts on TikTok, on YouTube, and all that. That was a lie. Oh, me too, Spark. It's such bullshit. I don't give you the right to stream me because it's my copyright. No, it's not. Coated peanuts. These are, it's called Country Club Mix. It's nuts and all the things, and they're salted and they are honey roasted. They're delicious. They're delicious. So, I hope those other people do awareness on Mr. Homie. And if you know those people that are doing it, if anybody knows those creators who are doing it, reach out to them. Or let me know who they are. Because I will definitely be in those lives. I will be listening. Because, you know, Homie, you know, again, I don't react until somebody does something. I've never had a reason to say anything. Well, let me rephrase that. I've had reason to say negative stuff about Homie and his wife, but I never did. Because as I try to do, I just walk away. I don't want to get involved in shit. But Homie was the one who fired the first shot when he had a live about Scam and I. And again, we all know why he did that. Because if he doesn't watch me, how would he know that Truth was mad at Scam, and Scam had a video, and Truth's son was on it, and it was, I was on a live, and I was talking to Scam about it, and how would he have known that? He doesn't watch my shit. But he tried to make a point. He tried to make a point, and what backfired for him is what he was trying to shame myself and Scam for came back and blew up in his own face because he showed kids. Some of his mods who have pages have showed kids. Everything that he was calling Scam and I out for, he is guilty of also then, if that's wrong. And as Scam said before, and I agree with her, I don't really care what people put on YouTube. It's not my platform. I'm not going to tell somebody what to do. I've never cared if people streamed my content. I don't give a shit. So I'm not going to tell anybody what to do on their platform. But when you're Mr. Homie and you go around starting to point fingers and say that they're terrible people, all that same stuff he and his mods have done, backfire. And that's how you start losing credibility, Mr. Homie. And that's how you start losing support. But since he's not going to be talking about any of that stuff anymore, you know, don't worry about it. He's not going to answer any questions. Last two subjects. Quickly on Sean. So for those of you that don't know, Sean has been on Favorited, and I believe he was on TikTok tonight, which means he's fair game again. If he's on TikTok, that's my bag, baby. I have been, I was doing awareness on him for 2 years, and I know a lot about him. And when he's on my home turf, it's on. How do you think supposedly, yeah, he's Mr. Phoenix. Supposedly he is, he and this girlfriend he has are now with child, which leads to many questions. My one question is this, though. Do you think he told her about his past with kids? His track record with kids? How he's 0 for 4? How because of him some kids went into state care? Do you think he was upfront with this woman saying, listen, I have 4 kids. I left them because I didn't want to raise the kids. I lied about having cancer. And then when I found out I didn't have cancer, I never went back, even though they were still pretty young. But no, I just went out with my life and I didn't have any interest in them. And then he called them all out because they were in touch with me and another person who's kind of does awareness. And he was pissed because they were telling the truth about him and all the other things. Do you think he also told the person that, yeah, well, you know, I don't work. I could work, but I don't work. I've applied for jobs. I could work, but I don't feel like working now. I just want to sit home and drink and smoke the ganja all day. Do you think he put those out as his positive points? Do you think he put out the fact that he was on TikTok for almost 2 years begging and had gotten thousands of dollars from people, and he even lied about stuff to get money? Do you think he put that out there? Do you think this woman knows anything about it? Because as I said before, you look at somebody's past, you look at the way they've behaved previously, especially if it was over multiple times, and you could probably guess the way something is going to go, right? If the story's true, I feel very badly for this woman. Because unfortunately, she's going to be tied to him for the rest of her life. Because if it's true, they will have a child. And they will have that in common. No, not at all, princess. Not at all. First of all, I have one more topic I want to talk about, but I have to say, I am feeling like I kept it together. I didn't go as I didn't lose my shit as I thought I would. It's making me feel good. Thank you. I'm just, you know what? I'm just so frustrated with it. You know, I'm frustrated. I'm just frustrated with the same shit, different day, you know? I'm so sick of the false allegations. I'm so sick of the fucking dirty pool that people play on this. You know, I am going to say this. Ratina, I'm really disappointed. I'm sure you will get this clip. I don't know if you're listening or not, but I'm very disappointed. She and I were having a conversation on TikTok in messages. She had been in some lives. And she had said in a couple lives that that Scam Slam was in the Fent vent, and she said that she was never in there. And she said, I have proof that Scam was in there, and I can't wait to hear Scam try to lie her way out of this one. And I messaged her and I said, you know, I said, Scam has never denied being in the Fent vent. And I thought she had only been in there for a couple weeks, whatever, and it turned out it was a little longer than that. And I told Ratina, I said, you put out false information. She's never said that she was never in it. And I was being respectful, okay? Because I really like Ratina. I think she's funny as hell. And all I wanted to hear her say was, you know what, you're right. I put out something that was not accurate. You know, I'll clear that up. And it wasn't that in our conversation. But I think the thing that bothered me the most is this. She felt like it was okay to use part of our private conversation and use it in one of her posts. So, lesson learned is this. If you want your conversations private, I mean, I'll never put anything in a message to her anymore because I don't trust her. I would have liked to have some type of a conversation. I saw the post last night, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, where she had used part of my message to her in her post, and I said, I can't believe you used part of the message. And there wasn't an apology. There wasn't an apology. I'll tell you what it was. which is, I said to her, wow, you used part of my message. You used part of my message to you in a post. And her answer to that was, ah, yes, it was very relevant. It was very relevant. It wasn't, I'm sorry, I should have asked you. No, ah, yes, it was very relevant. So she sent me a message at 1:36 saying, we can talk about it since you're up. And 6:49 this morning, I wrote, no, I'm good. Now you wonder why I have trust issues, folks. People wonder why I have trust issues on this app. And it's Monday now. She was live. I don't even remember what night it was now. I'm still kind of in a fog. She put the information out falsely, accusing Scam of lying about being in the vent vent. She was able to go into her live, and then she went into somebody else's live and said the same lie. And it's been pointed out to her that it's inaccurate, and I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Has she posted anything, like an apology, saying that, oh, I was wrong, the receipt queen was wrong, and she didn't have accurate information, because Scam has never denied that. I'm telling you.
Right now in San Diego, it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has clouds and showers with a low of 27 degrees. There's a freeze watch in effect on Tuesday, April 21st from 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. Good night. Hope you had a great day.
One of the things I said to her in our messages was, yeah, right, Nomad? One of the things I said to her was, you know how it feels when people put out false information about you, how I feel when somebody does it to me, or they do it, about our friends, whatever. And, I was trying to do everything I could to get a point across to her that she needs to make some type of she needs to clear up what she did, No, never happened. So, again, it's like my circle is turning into a dot. I mean, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody on this app anymore. Like, I could count how many people that I confide in probably 3 fingers. That's it. But again, I'll tell you what it taught me was this. It taught me that there are some people on this app that care more about trying to have that gotcha aha moment, and they don't care how they try to get it. They will use people to get information to try to use it against them. And they will try to use private conversations and put them public in order to try to put some type of feather in a cap. And it was, it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. So. Well, guys, guess what? Beer's done, which means I'm done. Anybody have any comments, questions, suggestions? Am I being an asshole? Was I mean tonight? Was I too nice? What the fuck was I? Tell me. Oh, where's the drop? Bummy was back on TikTok today, yes. You know what? These type of lives are going to be very few and far between. Because these lives fucking suck. Because all it reminds me of this app is there are really shitty people on this app. There are really shitty people on this app. The people, most of the people on this app, 95% of the people on this app, I wouldn't give a second thought to. But because of the fact that they're on this app, and some of them are real assholes that I have to continue to interact with, whether it's for legal reasons or whatever. It's not worth it. They're not worth it. And, you know, if people would just do the right thing, come on. Tell the truth. Be honest. Don't freaking stab people in the back. But as I said, these lives are going to be very few and far between because this is not the stuff I want to do. So, for instance, tomorrow I will be going live at some point because I will be doing a cooking live. What am I cooking, you say? I'm going to tell you. I find a recipe for what is supposed to be the secret recipe of Bojangles biscuits. That's right, folks. Live tonight is brought to you by Bojangles and TiresEasy.com. TiresEasy.com. Name brand tires for less. But yes, I have a recipe for Bojangles biscuits. I will be making them tomorrow from the very early stages of it to when they come out of the oven. And I baste them with a little butter. Wait a minute. Where is, Stoned, yeah. You listening? You listening? I'm going from the beginning, early stages of making the biscuits to when they come out piping hot. And I take that melted butter and I baste it all over those biscuits. That salty goodness, the crunch on the outside and the soft, flaky inside that's warm and salty. Yeah, that one. Yes, that's what I will be doing tomorrow. I will be taste testing them since I still have that wonderful memory of the biscuits. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. My ride home from down south was extremely uneventful. I left at 5:30 in the morning and I pulled into my house at about 6 p.m. Of course, no problems at all driving. None. Zero. North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. Boom. New York sucked, of course. As soon as I got, if any of you guys know, as soon as I got on near the Tappan Zee, everything just went to a stop. Bumper to bumper, no movement. Well, it's not the Tappan Zee anymore. Bumper to bumper, no movement. I mean, we're talking, I went 7-8 hours, no problems, got to New York. And then if any of you have driven here, you get off of the Tappan Zee, and then you have to go on the Sawmill. The Sawmill Parkway is the absolute dumbest and most treacherous highway / whatever that I've ever been on. And let me tell you about how stupid this roadway is. You are driving on the Sawmill Parkway, and it is 2 lanes, okay? And they're not big lanes. No trucks are allowed to be on there because they're narrow. You got 2 lanes, and nobody really knows which lane you're supposed to be in if you're going fast. Okay, it's always just a NASCAR straightaway. People are going in and out of lanes. But the best part, and I kid you not, you are going 60 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour on this, and all of a sudden there is a stoplight. I'm not making this up. You look it up. It's like you'll get a warning maybe a half mile before, but when you're going 55 miles an hour, that comes up pretty quick. And all of a sudden you got to slam your brakes on because there's a red light. And it doesn't happen just once. It happens multiple times. And then all of a sudden there's cars going by. Middle of a highway. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, uneventful. I did probably, unfortunately, unalive families and families and families of insects that may have just been born too, because I got into some part of Pennsylvania, which was beautiful. It did smell like cow manure. And I came across these freshly plowed fields on both sides. And all of a sudden it was like right into my windshield. 75 bugs or so, splat, right on my windshield. And, you know, you start, when you got that much and your windshield is super heated because of the sun, and those things hit your windshield, yeah, there's no washing it. It's cooked on there because it's so hot. And I tried cleaning that, and it was like, wasn't happening. Unaliving, right? But I'm telling you, again, those people that live in Pennsylvania, beautiful state. Absolutely beautiful state. Some of the views that I saw are breathtaking. They are what I envision farm pictures, like paintings of back in, like, you know, the turn of the century. Dotted hills with cows and fresh plowed land and horses and goats, and absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. The people in North Carolina, the people that work down there, oh my God. I never went to one place where the people were not nice. I mean, they were like the nicest people in the world. And it didn't matter where you went. You know, that's the thing that is so different from where I live up here in Connecticut to down in North Carolina. It didn't matter where you went. It didn't matter what the people's jobs were. It didn't matter what their pay scale was. Everybody was so friendly down there. So friendly. I mean, when I got home, I told my son, because he wants to go to college down south. I told him, North Carolina is a wonderful state. They've got great colleges there. And you want to talk about Southern hospitality. I saw that on every step of my trip down there. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And all the places that I stopped, you know, I have to say, in honor of Thomas Shields, I only stopped at Love's truck stops. That's it. I mapped them all the way up, all the way back up north. And I would go there, you know, go to the bathroom, have a cup of coffee, I took a nap a couple times because, especially the way down, I was just exhausted. But everybody was so nice. I can't get over it. And it goes to show me that in Connecticut, we are not the nicest people. And I often wonder what people who travel through Connecticut, because let's face it, that's all Connecticut is. Connecticut is a drive-through state to get up to Boston, to get up to the Cape, to get to Rhode Island, to get up to Maine, Massachusetts. That's it. I often wonder what people think of Connecticut, people that work in Connecticut. I think I'm embarrassed, quite honestly. I am. But it was a wonderful trip. Unfortunately, I did not get to finish what I wanted to. That that has me ticked off because I thought I would be able to get to it, but you know, at the end I was just trying to get Tracy's barrel done. I already had the other one in the back of my truck because I gotta do that whole one over. I just want to make that one nice. So that was frustrating, but Tracy's is almost done, and this other one I'll have done. So, you loved Connecticut? Oh, that's good. Maybe it's just because I grew up here and I live here that I'm just like, but. So yeah, so that's it. I want to thank everybody though for your well wishes. I know there were a lot of comments in Discord, and you reached out. People reached out to my mods to make sure that I was okay and I was traveling safely and did I get to where I needed to. Thank you very much. That was nice. It was a nice time. You know, I'm generally not a good traveler. Never really have liked it before, but the combination of going down there for a purpose, which was, used to go to Candlewood Lake. Yeah, that's beautiful. Candlewood is beautiful, Jack. Do you know there's actually a town under Candlewood Lake? Did you know that? Look it up. Candlewood Lake in Connecticut. They flooded the area back in 1910 or 20. And they covered an entire town because they needed it for water. Yep. Hearing ladies giggle. Well, yeah, it was funny. I have to say, there was really never a time that I was not laughing down there. You know, as I said, Tracy is freaking hilarious. I mean, it was a good time. She had me laughing all the time. I mean, it was hilarious. I mean, some of the stuff. And I'm gonna tell that story again. I'm gonna tell that story again, Trace. You know, y'all think that like Tracy is this very nice person, you know. In fact, get up here for a minute if you don't mind. Where are you, Tracy? You hiding? You can stay there. So y'all see that you all see, you know, you hear Tracy in a box and she's very, very nice and very sweet. And you know, she's got the nice cute laugh and the whole thing and all the things. And she's got a level head. And so so we go out one night because I needed to get I needed to get cigarettes. So we go out. And we're in this parking lot, and it's not very well lit. And pull into a parking spot, and this guy's on the phone, and he kind of is inching over to where I'm parked. I was in the Bronco in the driver's seat, and he was on his phone talking kind of loud, and he just kept kind of getting a little closer to the Bronco near the driver's side door. Now, I mean, I would kind of look at him like it was a little weird, you know, but I didn't really think much of it. So I look over. Gracie's looking all over the place. And she's looking at this guy. And she's like, hold on a minute. She goes in her purse. And all of a sudden she's like, and she takes out this knife, It's like this long, the blade on it. It's like long. I'm like, holy shit. And she, and I'm just like, she's like, hold on a minute. She's like, let me go out there first. I'm like, is she gonna, what the fuck is she gonna do? So she goes out there, and when she got around to my side, I got out, and she's talking to the guy, and the guy said something like, oh, I saw you guys looking at me. No, I'm cool. Don't worry about it. And she said, the guy said to Tracy, give me a high five. And, you know, Tracy's like, okay, gives him a high five. And I was just like, holy shit balls. I mean, it was like, not even like a second thought. She's like, she goes into her, you know, cute little like pink and purple purse. She goes in there. It's the quiet ones you got to worry about on TikTok. That's all I'm going to say. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful night. Take care of yourself. Happy Monday. I will be on tomorrow sometime making biscuits. And we'll see if they're as good as Bojangles. I'm not quite sure that's going to happen. To my mods, thank you guys for being in here and kicking out the garbage. Because tomorrow is garbage day. I got to bring the garbage to the curb. So those couple people we did block, they will get added to the garbage can tonight. Appreciate that. All the people that came in, thank you very much. Thank you for putting up with my rants and my rambles and my disappointments and my call outs and all that other stuff. A lot of this stuff I've been thinking about since I was away, and I really envisioned being really nasty tonight and just being bitchy about it, but I just don't have it. I mean, I said what I wanted to. I hope I got my point across. I'm not into it. I'm not into being really that much of a bitch. So, listen, everybody have oh, Shawnee's still on. Hey, Sean, hey. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for coming in, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. One more thing. Thank you for the gifts tonight. Appreciate it.